The European Union, those unelected champagne-sipping overlords, are swinging an axe at their multi-billion-dollar piñatas that they whack anytime they need money to fund their massive socialist welfare spending. This time it's $1 billion directed at Elon Musk and X, in other words, 6% of his global revenue. For what exactly is the fine? It's for spreading misinformation. Yes, you heard that correctly. The same clowns who can't define truth without a focus group and give longer prison sentences to someone who insults a rapist versus the rapist themselves, true story in Germany, are now the arbiters of reality. This isn't just an attack on Elon, it's a gut punch, kapow, to every American who gives a damn about our foundational values and principles. Here's the skinny, here's the dirt. The EU's Digital Services Act, which is just a fancy name for a censorship sledgehammer, which they pull out anytime they dislike somebody, is coming for X. They're saying Musk's platform allows disinformation to run wild. And now they want $1 billion or for it to be shut down. This, of course, kicked off in 2023 when they sniffed around X content moderation, and now, summer 2025, they are ready to drop the hammer. Why? Because Elon Musk won't kiss the ring. He's keeping X a free-for-all while these Eurocrats want a media environment where only their approved narratives break through. Sound familiar? Should. It's the Bob's Mafia playbook. Smear, sue, silence. Now, let's talk about misinformation. What exactly is misinformation? I mean, one day it's vaccine skepticism, how dare you, especially with that brilliant mRNA shot that they assured us would solve COVID entirely. The next is questioning NATO's war games or Germany's border mess. The EU's got no fixed line. It's whatever pisses off their globalist agenda that week. That, my friends, is the kicker. Their truth is not necessarily the truth, and it's definitely not ours. America's First Amendment allows for the battle of ideas in public. We get to hear it all, the raw, the wild, the heretical, and we sort it out for ourselves and thus are stronger on the other side because we have discernment. But when the EU tags something as disinfo, as the nanny state does, and forces X to yank it, that crap doesn't just vanish in Berlin. It's geofenced or shadow banned here somehow too. Your feed? Their rules. Our founding fathers didn't bleed for some Brussels groon to decide what we get to read and say. Now, here is where it gets personal. X is a global company, global speech, correct? If the EU finds Musk into compliance, X won't just tweak Europe, they'll tweak everything. Geofencing's a pain. So platforms like X, like YouTube, like Facebook, whatever, they just nuke the content worldwide to dodge the fines or the potentiality of that. That edgy take that somebody might have on Ukraine, that rant about election fraud, dare to question whether the mRNA vaccine might have caused myocarditis amongst American male use, gone for you, for me, for everybody. The EU's already got X by the throat with this billion-dollar Tony Soprano-like shakedown. And Musk, he's fighting, but the pressure is real, damn it. This isn't about safety. No, not one bit. What it is, it's about control. They're strangling the information pipeline, and for us too, and we're stuck swallowing their sanitized slop. Just remember the fact that in Germany right now, they're seeking somebody for online stating that a politician was fat, which is an empirical fact. Now zoom out, because this is not just about X. The EU has gone full totalitarian. Germany, they have threatened to void elections if AfD, those far-right border hawks, those who are Nazi adjacent, with their lesbian leader, who's a brown rug muncher married to a Sri Lankan, just the way the Nazis did it in the 1930s and 40s. If they win in 25, election nullified. That is protecting democracy. Romania, Călin Georgescu smoked the 2024 vote, so they canceled the runoff and caged him on corruption BS charges. France, you're going to notice a pattern here. Marine Le Pen is facing jail time over some cooked up embezzlement rap to block her 2027 run, where, by the way, she is the front runner. This is the blob's strategy. Rig it, jail it, or if they get too big, like they tried to do to Trump, kill it. We're spending billions propping up NATO to defend these clowns? No way. I'm done. Because they are not allies, they are a mafia shredding our values while we pay their dinner bill. So I'm much more apt, for example, to roll with Argentina's Javier Milei. This guy is a liberty beast. He's slashing the state. Afuera. He's spitting on socialism, literally. And he'd never pull this censorship crap. I'm much more aligned with him. Milei, Trump, Musk. They're the crew that gets it. Free speech, number one. Free markets. Although Trump's tariffs might seem like they are interfering with that, they are reciprocal tariffs largely. No BS blob. I would rather ally with Buenos Aires at this point than bankroll a NATO that's morphed into a globalist hit squad. Europe's completely lost the plot. Let them sink in their own dang swamp. Here's the bottom line, patriots. The EU's $1 billion hit on Musk isn't just about him. It's about us as well. They are, in their own way, helping to torch our First Amendment by choking what we see and laughing while we pay to protect them via NATO. I have ceased to care at this point about Islamic Europe. They intentionally allow themselves to be invaded by societies whose values do not overlap, do not comport, and then demand that we not notice what's going on and would imprison you if you dared to question or complain that you're scared by being at the top of Petchen Hill in Prague, as I was, and being scared by Arabic-speaking beekeepers. What benefit do we retain from our allyship? Doesn't it have to go both ways? As they're trying to force America to mirror their values and destroy our innovative companies at the same time so that they can get more money for the socialist programs. Hey, neighbor, if our values align and we help each other out, I'll share the cost of protecting your house. No problem, especially since we are bigger and more powerful. But when new ownership arrives that is in favor of cultures with child brides, honor killing, and terrorizes the local population, and you want to censor and fine your citizens who somehow take issue with it, maybe there is some strategic reason you could make up for us to stay in business with each other, maybe. But when you try to destroy a company because it stands for the principle of free speech, and you negatively affect my right to say and do what I want, to hear and listen to what I want, and cast a shadow of your dark censorship laws over my land, and you still expect me to continue to pick up the check and pay for your defense? No, thank you. This, Europe, is where I draw the line. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section. Peace.